let's get into it. I'm going to tell you about some upgrades that I've been doing to my Roger Sadowsky designed Metro Express basses. I bought several of them, and I started kind of having a lot of fun with them, you know, and realizing they could really benefit from some upgrades and things like that. So I kind of teamed up with my friends at Nordstrand, and I ordered some of the VTC vintage tone control drop-in preamps for them. These things are cool. All completely assembled. You just hook up a couple of wires and hook up the jack, and you just it goes right in there. Boom. Takes about 10 minutes. And it gives you the passive tone, which is a huge for me, it's a really important one. I'm turning the passive tone down. So it takes it from only sounding modern to sounding more vintage and more capable of having mellow tones. So the one that I'm playing right now is the hybrid PJ5, and I installed the VTC upgrade preamp and a set of Nordstrand pickups. This is the power blade up here and the J blade in the bridge position. It's got everything. It's just the P-bass pickup. Wonderful P-bass tone. And then you've got the scooped out, you know, funk. Add some of the active EQ. And you've got pretty much Sadowsky classic. Super modern, you know, funkadelic, but awesome. And then you can go back to the bridge pickup. And with the passive tone control, you can bring down the tone on it. vintage type jazz bass tone. So my take on the Metro Express line is that they're affordable and they're like a really good bass, or a very good like upgradable bass level, entry level introduction into the Sadowsky world, and then you can do some upgrades to them like I have, possibly putting some Nordstrand pickups in, or the pickups of your choice, you know. If you're more accustomed to a certain sound like I am, I like the sound of the Nordstrand blade pickups. You know, I have them in many of my instruments, and it's just kind of become my thing. So I put those in, and I got the VTC preamp. And then in terms of the neck, the fret ends and things like that, you know, I kind of do a little bit of try my hand at some fret dressing and rounding over the fret edges and giving them a really nice kind of polishing, and it just takes the instrument to a whole new level. So let's say the bass is $950 and then $250 for the pickups. Let's say that's $1,200, and then a couple $100 for the drop-in upgrade preamp. You're at $1,400. Instrument comes with a gig bag. If you're handy and you can do the fret dressing yourself, then you spent $1,400, and you have one hell of a nice instrument that very much is in the category of being called a Sadowsky. If you don't feel comfortable rounding over the fret edges and cleaning up the frets and making them, you know, really a hand fret dressing, if you're not comfortable doing that, let's say you spend another $200 on top of that, that's $1,600. You're still at $1,600, which is right about half as much as it would cost you to get a German Metro line, and nowhere near as much as it would cost you to get a New York City, you know, custom Sadowsky built. So, you know, $1,400 to $1,600, and you've got one amazing value and performer. It's got the Sadowsky tuners on it, the really nice quick release bridge with the big round saddles on there, and easy access truss rod so you can make quick adjustments. They're very lightweight, 8.5 pounds, something like that, between 8 on the low side and under 9. And it's the kind of bass that you could take on the road, you know, or you wouldn't feel nervous about throwing it in a gig bag and taking it on a plane, and you wouldn't have to be paranoid about turning your back on it. You know, it's the kind of touring road bass that I think that if someone was to do what I've done and do everything that I've done to their Metro Express, it would be any discerning pro level player at any level would pick it up and be like, yeah, I could play this bass, no problem. It doesn't feel cheap, it doesn't look cheap, it doesn't sound cheap, and it doesn't perform cheap. It's not a wannabe, you know. It's all there. Now don't get me wrong. It is what it is. It's an imported version instrument that has all of the characteristic Sadowsky things sewn into it, and with a few choice upgrades and some nice hand detailing on the frets, you've got a very, very cool bass. For not that much money in the scheme of things. Let's hear it some more. Actually, let's switch over and we'll check out the 4-string version. This one's got flats on it. Also has the Nordstrand pickups in it. That's what the 4-string sounds like with the Nordstrand pickups in it. And this one's got the flats on it. Get my drift? It starts off as a pretty darn good bass. You do the upgrades, you do a little bit of detailed fret dressing, and it takes it to a very different place. this one because I like to play hard, especially on this one. The frets are real creamy, you know, once you clean them up and everything. And I'm picky. I'm really picky. Now, I believe it's possible that some people would just get them and take them out of the bag and tune it up and play it and just be happy for the rest of their life with the way it is. But I'm picky, you know. I like rounded fret edges, and I like everything to be just right, you know, and I like the frets to be really creamy. And I know that import instruments, that's the main thing that they don't get. They don't get that level of hand detail work that's done in the fret dressing. So if you learn how to do that yourself, you can take imported instruments by any brand, it doesn't matter, and turn them into really, really great, you know, really, really great instruments. The thing about these that I found really, you know, some of the things that I found really kind of special and on kind of a higher level is like the pickup mounting screws go into inserts, and the cavity is all shielded, and the nut is adjustable, and the neck pocket is super, super laser tight. Like you have to palm it down in there and squeeze it down in there. The tolerances are really tight, and of course, like I mentioned, they're very, very lightweight. They have all kinds of cool little slight ergonomic things, like a little cutout here, and the recessed neck bolts, and access to every fret, and all of those little, I was talking about those little sewn-in Sadowsky traits. The bridge is quick release, so you can change strings very quickly. It has this great string tree that is very simple but very effective, important thing for getting the strings moving down that way, and it prevents any kind of like rattling, and it has this, they have this great kind of, they set up really easily and precisely. They have the, you know, the truss rod wheel, and there's just a lot of smart stuff going on in this instrument that with a little TLC and a couple choice upgrades, you've got one hell of a excellent bass for, in my opinion, not that much money. If you think about what else is out there for that kind of money, you know. If you kind of always wanted a Sadowsky but never really thought it made sense to you or was even within feasible realm of possibility to spend several $1,000s or many $1,000s on one, this will get you close. You know, do a few of the upgrades that I mentioned, and either dress the frets yourself or pay someone to do it. You're still not all that deeply invested into it, and yeah, I just can't, you know, say enough good things. I bought 5 of them. I haven't bought 5 basses by one brand, you know. I don't know that, you know, ever. Especially, you know, something like this, like that's like a import, you know, sort of fixer-upper kind of a thing. I mean, I've got basses that are worth many, many thousands of dollars, really, really high-end stuff. But I love a good value. You know, I love a good performance and a good value, and I love these kind of instruments. Like for me, you know, they're kind of like, don't take this the wrong way, but they're kind of like, you know, like guinea pigs. I can work on them. I can fiddle with them, and I can tinker with them, and I can do improvements to them, and I can round over the fret edges, and I'm not like paranoid like I would be doing that with, you know, something that's, you know, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9,000. My Warwicks or my, you know, my Nordy or my Valenti basses or my USA MTD, or, you know, the list goes on of ones that I wouldn't want to screw around with. But these, I don't care. I'll just, you know, I'll just mess around with them, play around with them, and they're pretty easy to make awesome, even for kind of a sort of a hack like me. Like, I'm not no hotshot luthier or anything like that, but I've been able to do these simple upgrades. They're very simple to put the preamp in, very simple to put the pickups in, very simple to just, you know, gently round over the fret edges and polish them up. I mean, it's all simple stuff. And you'll see me playing these all the time. I love taking them out on gigs. I love playing them. So there it is. There you have it. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for watching all the videos. Whatever you may have heard about the early first generation in 2020 of the Metro Express basses having issues with electronics and noise and everything like that, that was a fact that was true. The first batch was not up to snuff, let's say, and they had a rough start with it. It was during COVID. They couldn't travel to China to oversee the standards of production, and you know, some stuff got missed. But that, I mean, that was a long time ago. It's, you know, that shit's all been long since corrected, and especially after being under the microscope, they've elevated the QC so much. It's unbelievable. The blue one, this one, is the one that I just got. All of the rest I bought as discounted as B stock, but this one is A stock, and I bought it, you know, brand new, and it's the new, you know, the newest of them all. And I did a demo of it the other day with the factory setup, and before I did any mods to it or before I did anything to it, and it came out of the gig bag just killer, no fret buzz anywhere or anything. So they're taking their QC very, very seriously now.